I looked at this, and on some sites there's the video of the interaction on Fox News with Hanity and the other person, and several sites, including Boing Boing and Michelle Malkin, they had dead links to the video. I found one that wasn't, and the one that wasn't dead, it said there was requests to take it down. It looks like the video is also, I don't know if it was Michael Crook or if it was Fox News.
The one I know about is, and this is actually, I should say, secondhand information, so I shouldn't say I know it personally, but what I've heard is that it was posted up on YouTube, in fact, and that he did send a notice to YouTube requesting takedown of the video, again claiming he was the copyright owner of something that Fox News clearly owned.
Right.
As I understand it, YouTube took it down for a bit until the situation was clarified, and then they put it back up. So the video, I think, is available on YouTube right now.
I did a search yesterday for Michael Crook and nothing came up.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. So maybe it's down again. But for a while it was back up. But this is the problem, is that the DMCA, the problem with the DMCA is it's so easy for people to send takedown notices and abuse the law, because they can just send an email and that can censor someone for up to 10 days even if they counter notice and say it's totally lawful to do. So it's a really it's a law that's very easy to abuse and can be very draconian against people who are trying to express free speech rights on the internet. What's interesting about the video too is that that Michael Crook believes that he can speak for Fox, when actually, according to Boing Boing, Jenny from Boing Boing contacted the producers of the Hanity and Colmes show, and they actually were fine with the image being posted. They actually gave permission for the image itself to be used by Boing Boing and any other website. So the real copyright owner has come forward and actually said that they're absolutely fine with it.
So if a real copyright owner comes out and says, you may use my image, can that be used to stop any future attempts to bring it down on other sites? Can that be a document that can be given to people who want to use that image?
And there have already been a number of host providers who have said that, given that Fox News has come out, that they're not even going to respond to Michael Crook anymore on this image. So that's been positive. And I should say that Jeff Diehl's current provider, Lapping Squid, has been very good about this and is following the rules of the DMCA, but is very supportive of the image being reposted. In fact, I believe the image will go back up under the rules of the DMCA within a few days. So we should see the image return.
A service provider like Laughing Squid or another one knew that this was a fake request, and could they actually say, no, I will not, without a determination of copyright?
This is the problem with copyright on the internet, is that there are always risks that you could get sued anytime you try and stand up for what's right. So that's not to say that Michael Crook or someone couldn't bring a bogus lawsuit that you would then have to pay lawyers to get dismissed and thrown out of court, right? But I believe that any lawsuit that Michael Crook brought on this image against anyone for copyright would be thrown out pretty quickly.
Right.
So I think many providers are now taking the stand that they don't have to even listen to Michael Crook on this image because his case would get dismissed so quickly, and they would probably be able to recover their own attorney's fees from him if he brought such a suit.
If I was a blogger or podcaster or video blogger and I wanted to use some material, it was a bit controversial, it was critical, but it wasn't but the media wasn't copyrighted by the person I'm criticizing. Would it make sense for me to proactively get the person who does have the copyright their statement that it's okay to use it, so that could be used in protection?
Ideally, that's always a great thing to have. Whenever you have the actual explicit permission from the copyright owner, you're on safe, solid ground from copyright. Now, there may be other issues around defamation or libel or slander, these kinds of things. That's another issue. But from a copyright perspective, you're totally fine. One of the problems, though, is that you may write the copyright owner and they may not get back to you, and something may be time sensitive. It may be a news story, something you want to report on, and especially on the internet, everything travels so fast, that you sometimes can't wait. And so that's what the fair use provisions are for. The fair use provisions are really there for news reporters and other people who want to use material, who can't get in touch with the copyright owner, or where the copyright owner won't give them permission, say for their political views or something like that. That's one of the ways in which fair use kind of comes in and can save you. And you can say, look, I really needed to use this to help report my story. It was important to the story, and I couldn't get in touch with the copyright owner, or the copyright owner wouldn't get back to me, or even if they refused to give me permission, if it's an essential piece of what you're talking about, then often you'll have a good case. But each thing needs to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. And I know that's kind of lawyer talk, but honestly, each situation's a little different.